right. Let's see. All right. Hold on a second. There's a problem with the live streaming. Sometimes it gets held up. Now it's working. All right, let's see. Maybe we'll pick this interesting song. All right. Okay. I think we are ready to roll. How about a drum, too? Dai Bhagavat Caitanya Bhagavat Caitanya Bhagavat Hey don't it be nay bye Radha Krishna bhai nay Tena Kori Yaro ne chai bhai Say samana nahiya Ta janma kela ta Ye pasyo baru gajara Nichai na boni no muke Achila samsara tsuke Vijakule Hiro rebe Ahankara matahoya Jai bada bashariya Lasa chire Sachakori mane Nitya Karuna Hoive Achirada Krishna Hoive Daru Nitai Jarana Tugani Nitai Arjuna Satya Tahaza Sikakanitya Nitai Pada Santa Koroaja Narodama Boro Duki Itamore Konasuki Nakuranga Jaranira Basha Nitai Bada Kamala Chanda Shushita Yachaya Takat Judaya Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Pada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Who do you know? Just go. Whoa. Okay. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Paravidakacharya also Teta Sitashi Shimad, His Divine Grace Savaya Charana Bhaktivedanta Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shidwaita Gadadha Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Sai Mukunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai, Vrindavanam Ki Jai, Maturam Ki Jai, Jagadasami Ki Jai, Munamaya Ki Jai, Shrimati Lasi Devi Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Gaur Premananda Hari Hari Bol. All glory is the assembled devotees, all glory is the assembled devotees, all glory is the assembled devotees. All glory is to Shri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvadi Pachari Nivashesha Srinivadi Paschachya Dejatarni. So we'll read the translation. In this material world which is progressing toward hell, there's always a blazing fire and everyone is struggling hard without finding peace. Therefore, if the world wants to have real peace, it should take shelter under the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, which are cooling like the shining of millions of moons. Unless one takes shelter under the shade of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, it will be very difficult to approach Radha Krishna. Anyone who does not establish their relationship with Lord Nityananda is simply spoiling their boon of a human birth in the animal propensities of sense grad. Never saying the names of Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya, they become absorbed in so-called material enjoyment, and their academic education and birth in a high family or great nation will not protect them at the time of death. They become maddened by a false concept of bodily life, and thus they have forgotten their eternal relationship with Lord Nityananda. Such forgetful persons accept the illusory energy as factual. When you achieve the mercy of Lord Nityananda, then you will be able to approach Radha Krishna. Firmly catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. The lotus feet of Lord Nityananda are not illusion. They are a fact, and anyone who engages in the transcendental loving service of Lord Nityananda immediately achieves their transcendental position on the spiritual platform, which is eternal and blissful. Therefore, always try to catch the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Narottam Das Thakur says, "My dear Lord Nityananda, I am very unhappy, so I am praying to you to make me happy. Please keep me in the corner of your lotus feet." Jai Narottam Das Thakur and Lord Nityananda Ki Jai. So, Anyway, so let us continue with our study of the Caitanya Bhagavat. How about that? And so, Om Gana Timiranda Shah Gananjana Shlakaya Chakshur Unmeditam Yena Tasmai Shi Gurave Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who so kindly opened my eyes with a torchlight of knowledge while I was blinded in the darkness of ignorance. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhaktivinoda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhaktivinoda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Okay, let's share the screen. And here we go. We are on the 6th chapter of the Adi Kanda of the Caitanya Bhagavat. And we are just starting this particular chapter about Lord Chaitanya's childhood pastimes. Now, if you remember what we discussed or read yesterday, Lord Chaitanya would cry all the time until people chanted Hare Krishna. Now, one day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kept crying after people chanted Hare Krishna. So what's the problem? He doesn't like Hare Krishna anymore? Well, the problem was that he was demanding something. And everyone said, we'll get you whatever you want. And so he was demanding food cooked by Jagadish and Haranya. And Jagadish and Haranya are two devotees some distance away from where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was. And they were cooking grains on Ekadashi. So how would Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu know that? It was Ekadashi. And so he begged for it. And let's hear what happens. Sambhava Shuniya Janani Kare Keda Hena Kataka Heye Nahe Loka Veda. Hearing this impossible proposal, Mother Shachi lamented, "You're requesting something that is not sanctioned in the Vedas' ordinary dealings." The phrase "Ye Nahi Loka Veda" refers to that which is not found in worldly tradition or in the Vedas, and that which is not customary in worldly or Vedic dealings, or that which is beyond the scope of ordinary and Vedic etiquette. Sabe Asena Shuni Shushura Vachana Sabe Pole Diva Bapa Sabara Krantana. Everyone laughed on hearing the child's demand, and they said, "All right, we'll give it to you, but please stop crying." Parama Vaishnava Se Vipra Dvijana Jagannatha Mishra Saha Abeda Jivana. Those two Brahmanas were great Vaishnavas and dearest friends of Jagannath Mishra. Jagannath Mishra, of course, is Lord Chaitanya's father. Shuniyasha Shuravakya Dvivipra Vara Santoshe Purnita Hela Sarakale Vara. When those first class Brahmins heard the child's request, they became fully satisfied. The words Santoshe Purnata means full of jubilation. Haranya and Jagadish were the heart and soul of Jagannath Mishra. In other words, they were well-wishers with unbreakable friendship. Dvi Viprabole Mahadbhuta Kanhi Jishure Mataburi Kavunahi Shuni. The two Brahmanas exclaimed, "This is an intelligent demand. We have never heard of such an intelligent child." In other words, how did he know this? Kemate Jani Lakaji Sri Hari Vasara Kemate Va Janila Naivedya Bahutara. How did he know that today is Ekadasi? How did he know that we have prepared all kinds of foodstuffs for the Lord? Bhushilana Ishishu Parama Rupavan Oteve dehi gopala adhisthana. We can understand that since this child is so attractive, Gopal must have manifested in his body. E shishura dehe krida karinarayana hridayavasyase ulai lavachana. Lord Narayan performs pastimes through the body of this child. Sitting in his heart, Narayana makes the child speak. Mani bhave dvivipra sarva upahara aniyadilena kari harisha apara. Thinking like this, the two brahmanas brought the various offerings and happily gave them to Nimai. The words kari harisha apara mean with unlimited happiness. Dvivipra babaka upahara sakala krishnara Swarta Haila Amara. The two brahmanas then said, Dear child, please eat these foodstuffs. Our desire to serve Krishna is fulfilled today. In other readings, the word sat, meaning ate or accepted, is found. We gathered these foodstuffs for offering to Krishna, and since Lord Krishna personally ate these foodstuffs, all of our desires have been fulfilled. Krishna Kripa Haile Manabudi Hoya Dasavinu Andhirae Buddhi Kabu Naya. When one is blessed by Krishna, he receives the intelligence to engage in devotional service. Unless one is a servant of the Lord, he cannot have such intelligence. So Krishna, as the super soul, appears in the hearts of the living entities as the instructing spiritual master within to inspire one to serve the Supreme Lord. So that's called Chaita Guru. Krishna's in the heart, and he's the Guru in the heart. The living entities prove their intelligence by accepting that mercy of the Lord. No one other than the eternal servant of the Supreme Lord can ever exhibit such a service attitude. Another reading for the second line of this verse is Yare Kripahai Tanase Janaya. Only one who is favored by the mercy of the Lord can understand him. Bhakti Vina Caitanya Goswami Nahi Jani Ananta Brahmananda Yanra Doma Kupe Jani. While performing devotional service, no one can understand Lord Chaitanya, from whose hair pores innumerable universes emanate. The word Nahi Jani means not known, and the word Gani means counted. The devotional service of Caitanya Dev is never awakened by the material endeavors of a living entity. Only those who have awakened their devotional service, which is the activity of the soul, can understand Sri Caitanya Dev. It is a well-known fact that innumerable universes are situated in the hair pores of Sri Caitanya Narayan. Ena Prabhu Viprushishu Rupe Krida Kare Jakshu Pari Deke Janma Janmera Kinkare. That same Lord performed his pastimes as a young Brahmin child. The Lord's eternal servants see those pastimes to the full satisfaction of their eyes. Those who are most fortunate and eternal servants of the Lord, birth after birth, can make their eyes perfect by seeing the childhood pastimes of this Brahmin boy. So in other words, if someone's a pure devotee, then in their heart they can tune in, as Prabhupada would often talk about the possession of a spiritual television in the heart of a pure devotee. And so a pure devotee can watch any of Krishna's pastimes he wants. He can just close his eyes, or even open his eyes, and see Krishna's pastimes. Santosha Haila Sabapai Upahara Alpa Upakichu Prabhu Kaila Sabara. The Lord was fully satisfied to receive that prasad, and he ate a little of each item. Harishe Bhaktira Prabhu Upahara Kaya Guchila Sakala Vayu Prabhu Chaya. The Lord joyfully ate the foodstuffs that had been offered by his devotees. Thus, by his own will, his intense craving was appeased. The word Guchila means became subdued or vanished, and the word Vayu means intense urge or acute desire. So we have to understand Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire to eat the offering of Jagadish and Haranya was based on his desire to reciprocate with their devotion. It's not that the Lord was lusty over a particular type of food. Hari 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 She Bolaye Sara Jane Kaya Ara Nachi Prabhu Apana Kirtane, and happily chanted the name of Hari as the Lord ate and danced to the chanting of his holy names. Since Gaurasunda is the supreme Lord himself and not different from Lord Hari, his other name is Gaura Hari. Therefore, chanting the names of Sri Hari means to chant his names or Apana Kirtana. Kato pele bumite, kato karo gaya, e matalila kare, tridashera raya. Some of the prasad fell on the floor and some fell on the people present there. In this way, Tridasha Rai performed his pastimes. It's another name for Lord Chaitanya. Tridasha Rai, the Lord of Tridasha, refers to he who destroys one, the living entities' threefold miseries, those inflicted by the body and mind, those inflicted by other living entities, and those inflicted by natural disturbances. 2, the Lord of those who are under the influence of birth, existence, death, childhood, youth, or old age. Or 3, the Lord of 33 demigods. The 12 Adityas, the 11 Rudras, the 8 Vasus, and the 2 Vishwadevas. He is Gaura Vishnu, the Lord of all worlds. Ye Prabhure Sarvavede Purane Vakyare Vakkane Hena Prabhu Kele Shachi Devira Angane. That same Lord who's glorified in the Vedas and Puranas thus played in the courtyard of Mother Shachi. The term Vede Purane refers to the scriptures. Dubila Chanshalyarase Prabhu Vishvambara Sanghati Chapalayata Vijera Konara. Lord Vishvambara drowned in the mood of a restless child as he sported with other restless Brahmana boys. The word Sanghati means society, community, or a gathering of people. But in this verse it means along with. The word Kona is a corruption of the word Kumara, or male children. Sabara Sahita Gya Pare Nanastane Daryarakite Nahi Pare Kona Jane. As the Lord went to study at various places with his friends, no one was able to control him. Oh my God. Anya Shishu Dekile Kariye Kutuhala Seha Parihasa Kare Vajaye Kondala. Whenever the Lord met some new boys, he would tease them. And when the other boys retaliated, a quarrel broke out. The word kutuhala means to make fun of. The word bhajya means to begin or to commence. And the word kondala is a corruption of the Sanskrit word kandala, which means quarrel or debate. Prabhura Malakasaba Jine Prabhu Bore Anya Shishu Gana Yata Sabahari Chale. By the strength of the Lord, he and his friends always won such quarrels, and the other boys would leave in defeat. The word Prabhura refers to those who are on the Lord's side, and the word Jine means to win, and the term Hari Chale means to be defeated. Durlaya Dusara Prabhu Shri Gaurasundara Likana Kali Rabindu Shobe Manohara. When Lord Gaurasundar became gray with a covering of dust and decorated with drops of ink, he appeared most enchanting. The word likana means for writing. Now you'll notice, which is quite interesting and definitely different than what we experience in the Western world, and in most places, even in India, is that usually when there's quarrels between little boys or boys, there's physical fights. And someone gets beaten up and someone is a bully. But in the case of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his friends, it wasn't a physical fight, it was actually a verbal discussion or verbal argument like that. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always won. So the point is, in that particular culture, in Bengal, the greatest philosophers actually came from Bengal. Like Jiva Goswami, of course, he's the greatest philosopher of all time. So the Bengalis are naturally very, very intelligent. Padya Shunya Sarva Shishu Gana Sange Ganga Snane Madhyane Chalenu Bahu Range. At noon, after their studies, the Lord and his friends joyfully went to bathe in the Ganges. These are some ecstatic pastimes. Madhya Gangaya Vishvambara Kutuhale Shishu Gana Sange Kare Jala Pela Peli. Vishwambara and his friends eagerly entered the Ganges, wherein they enjoyed splashing water on each other. The word Madhya refers to being merged or immersed. Nadiyara Sampati Vake Balite Pare Asankyata Loka Ego Gate Snana Kare. Who can describe the opulence of Navadweep? Innumerable people took bath at one of the bathing ghats. So the word Sangpati means wealth, opulence, or beauty. The word Asankyata means innumerable. Means you can't count. Sankhya means to count. Asankyata means something that cannot be counted. Kateka Vashanta Danta Grahasta Sanyasi Najani Kateka Shishu Mile Tani Asi. I'm unable to say how many saints, ascetics, householders, sannyasis, and children came there to take a bath. Savari Laya Prabhu Gangaya Santare Kshani Tube Shane Vase Nana Krida Kare. As the Lord swam in the Ganges with his associates, sometimes he would dive below the surface and sometimes he would float. In this way, he enjoyed various water sports. Prabhupada actually said that swimming is a Vaishnava sport. And you'll see later on in Jagannath Puri, Lord Chaitanya used to have fights in the water, even as an adult, with his associates, and he would encourage them to form different teams and fight with each other and splash each other and everything like that. Jala Krida Kare Gora Sundara Sharira Sabakara Gaye Lage Chatanera Nira. When engaged in water sports, Lord Gaurasundar would splash water with his feet on those nearby. So let me explain the culture. When you splash water with your feet, it's not really considered so couth or good manners, for those of you who don't know what the word couth means, because the feet are considered the dirtiest part of the body, and so any time you have the water from your feet or you throw your shoes at someone, it's considered an insult. Unless what happens to be the guru, then it's mercy. When it's the guru or Lord Chaitanya, it's mercy. So, of course, I do not throw my shoes at anybody. I guarantee you that. That would be highly inappropriate. Sabimana kare kitabu nisheda namane dariteo kea nahi Paryekastane. People forbade him from doing this, but the Lord ignored them, and they were unable to catch him. Puna Puna Vare Karaya Prabhusta Kare Tonya Karo Hange Kulola Pradana. The Lord compelled everyone to bathe again and again by touching them or spitting on them. Oh, that's even worse. Kicking and getting water to spray someone is one thing, but actually to put water in your mouth and spit at them. Ooh, not culture, but when the Lord does it, it's it's nectar. It's the most wonderful thing. The word kulola comes from the Hindi word kula, which means water spit from the mouth. Napaya prabhura nagari viprakane asavichali lena hanra chanakera stane. Being unable to restrain him, the Brahmanas approached his father to complain about him. The word nagali means face to face or next to. Shuna, Shuna, Ohe Mishra, Parama, Bandava, Tumara Putrera, Apanyaya Kahi Sabha. The Brahmin said, Dear friends, Jagannath Mishra, please hear about your son's misdeeds. The word apanyaya means opposed to all logic and deed or prohibited activity. Valamate karitena pariganga snana keha bole jaladia bange mora dhyana. Due to his misdeeds, we are unable to bathe properly, someone said. He splashes water on me and disturbs my meditation. So, in other words, what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing here is he's showing the superiority of devotional service over ritualistic Brahmanism, because the Brahmanas would generally be doing their Sanja mantras, which is sometimes called the Gayatri mantra, at certain times, especially at noon when everyone would go swimming. And so this is a very sacred activity. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was spitting at them and splashing water with his feet. Oh my God. Another complained, Arabole kara jnana kara e deka kali yuge narayana mune parate ka. Another complained, your son asked me, who are you meditating on? In Kali Yuga, I am directly Lord Narayan. Of course, for someone to say that is like highly blasphemous. But for a little kid, it's just kind of cute. Keha bole mora shivalinga kare chure. Keha bole mora thai palayo tere. Someone said, he stole my Shiva Linga. That's the little linga of Lord Shiva that they worship. And someone else said, he ran away with my chadar. Oh my God. The word uttari is a short form of uttariya, which refers to the cloth worn above the waist, a chadar. Now it's interesting. It doesn't refer to a shirt. I guess the Brahmins, they wouldn't wear shirts. Shirts or kurtas came later on. All right. Keha bole pushpa durva naivedya chandana Vishnu pujibara saja Vishnura asana amikari snana hetavaishe se asane savakai paritabe kari palayane. Someone said, I kept the ingredients for worshipping Vishnu, flowers, durva grass, boga, sandalwood pulp, and the Lord's asana on the bank of the Ganges. When I went to take bath, your son sat on the Lord's asana, that means the Lord's sitting place, ate the boga, smeared himself with the sandalwood pulp, decorated himself with flowers, and ran off. Oh my God, these Brahmanas, they're really getting the mercy. Arobale tumikena duka bhava mane yara lagi kaila se Kaila apane. Then he said, why are you unhappy? He for whom you have arranged, in other words, that's what Lord Chaitanya would say, why are you unhappy? He for whom you have arranged these ingredients has himself enjoyed them. So the second line means, he to whom you have offered these foodstuffs and ingredients for worship has personally accepted them. Impersonal manas understand from this incident that the Lord was a worshiper of himself. With such considerations of the Mayavadis prove their lack of proper knowledge. In other words, because the Mayavadis, they generally think, not generally, but some of them think, I'm God, you're God, and Brahma. Everything is what? Aham Brahmasmi, Tatwamasi, etc., like that. And they're thinking, wow, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must be a really paka Mayavadi then. But they don't understand that Lord Chaitanya is God. He's not saying that everybody is God, and he's just one of the gods. He's saying that he's God, and everybody else is a servant. Sri Chaitanya Deva is Satchidananda Vigraha, and the origin of Narayana. There's no difference between his names, his person, his body, the conditioned souls. Impersonal Brahman is simply the effulgence emanating from his body. Therefore, the imaginations of Mayavadis cannot touch him, for he is beyond the reach of sense perception. Kayabole sanjakare jalete namya dubadiya layak yaya charnedariya. Someone said, I was standing in the water chanting my Gayatri and he grabbed my feet and pulled me down. Oh my God, he's getting more rascally. Keabole amara narahe saji duti. Keabole amara kura choraya gita punti. Another said, he always takes my flower basket and fresh cloth. Someone else said, he steals my Bhagavad Gita. The word saji refers to a basket of flowers. The word duti refers to cloth that one wears. And the word choraya means steals. Like chora. Chora is a thief. Kehabole putrati balakamara karne jala diatare kandaya para. Then someone complained, my son is very young. And your son, oh, there's someone else with a child. My son is very young, and your son makes him cry by putting water in his ears. Oh my God, it's cruel. Cruel and cute. Keobole mora prishta diakande chade. Hesha bale ajanpa diapade. Another person said, he comes behind me, climbs on my shoulders, and then jumps in the water, exclaiming, I am Lord Mahesha. That means I'm Lord Shiva. Kehabole Vaishe Mora Pujara Sane Adejakaya Vishnu Pujaye Apane. Someone said, your son sits on my asana and eats the offerings I prepared for Lord Vishnu. Then he worships Lord Vishnu. Snanakari utile baluka deyange yateka chapala shishu se tara sange. When I come out from my bath, he throws sand on me. He is surrounded by all the other mischievous boys. Stri vase purusha vase kare vadala Parivara Bila Sabe Lajaya Vikala. He exchanges the men's cloth with the women's. And then everyone is embarrassed when they go to dress. This is wonderful. I would love to be around seeing that stuff. The word Srivase, Purushavase refers to the cloths worn by men and women, and the word Vikala means overwhelmed, agitated, morose, or absorbed. Parama Bandava Tumi Mishra Jagannatha Nitya Matakare Kailundo mata. O Jagannath Mishra, you are our dear friend, therefore we are informing you that your son does such things every day. Dvi prahareo nahi utete jalahite deavatahara bhalat takibe kemate. He remains in the water for up to 6 hours. So how will his body remain fit? Hena kale parshavarti yateka balika kopabhane ailena sashi devi yata. At the same time, all the neighborhood girls approached me in an angry mood to complain, obviously. The word kopamane means Shachure Sambodia Sabe Bolena Vachana Shuna Takorani Nija Putrera Karama. They all complained to Shachi. Oh, Takorani, listen to what your son has done. They didn't even call Nimai by his name because they're so angry. When you're so angry with someone, usually you don't use their name. You just refer to them in terms of their relationship with someone else, like your son or your husband or whatever, or that guy. It's like yesterday I was upset with someone who was doing something. I said, that person. He steals our clothes and speaks very badly. If we protest, he throws water on us and starts a quarrel. The word dvandva means argument or quarrel. Vratakadibare yata ani pula pala chadhaya pele bala kriya sakala. By force he scatters whatever fruits and flowers we bring for puja. The word bala kriya means forcibly. Snanakare utile baluka deange yateka chapala shishu seta drasange. When we come out from our bath, he throws sand on us. He is surrounded by all sorts of mischievous boys. Alakshiteyasi karne bole da bada bola keha bole mora muke dileka kulola. He sneaks up behind us and shouts in our ears. One of the girls said, he spit water in my face. Oh my God. I tell you, if that happened nowadays with someone, woo, they'd be severely punished. The word chapala means naughty, mischievous, or impudent. The first line of this verse means to suddenly shout loudly into the ear. It means to go up to someone from behind and go, ah! And, just practically gives them a heart attack when that happens. Oka dara bichu deha, kesera vitere. And then he threw oka da seeds, which induced itching in my hair. Someone else said, he said he wants to marry me. The word vivaha is a corruption of the Sanskrit word vivaha, which means marriage. Pratidinna hemata kare Vyavahara Tomara Nimai Kiba Rajara Kumara. Every day he behaves with us like this. Does your Nimai think he is the son of a king? The words Rajara Kumara refer to one who is independent or is free as a king's son. Purve Shunilana Yena Nandera Kumara se mata saba kare nimai tumara. The activities of your son, nimai, exactly resemble, nimai tumara, your son, resemble what we have heard about the activities of the son of Nanda. Duke papa mahyere balibaye dine tatakshare kundala. When we tell our parents about your son's mischief, they will surely quarrel with you. The girls continue to speak. The day we complain to our parents about these naughty activities, they will certainly quarrel with you. Nivaranakara yata apana Choyala Nadihaya Ela Karma Kabu Nahi Bala. Therefore, please control your son immediately, for such activities are not proper in Nadia. The word Nirana means to stop or forbid. The word Chawyala is a corruption of the word Shavaka, which means child or baby. The city of Nadia is filled with many respectable gentlemen. It is not proper for Nimai to perform mischief in such a society. Shunyahasena Mahaprabhura Janani Save Kole Kariya Balena Priya Bani. On hearing these complaints, the Lord's mother smiled, embraced the girls, and sweetly spoke to them. Nimai aile aji vadyamu bandhya arayena upadrava nahi karegya. When Nimai returns today, I will tie him up and beat him with a stick so that he won't disturb you again. Of course, she wasn't going to actually do that, but she wanted to pacify them. The word vadyamu means I will beat with a stick. In other editions, the word edimu means to leave is found in place of vadyamu, which case the meaning will be I will leave him tied up. That she could do, like Yashodamai was doing. Sachira charanadule lana sabe shire tabe chali lena puna snana kari vare. All the girls then took the dust from Sachi Devi's feet on their heads and went to take their bath. Yateka chapalya prabhu kareya rasane paramarte sabara santosha bada mane. In spite of Nimai's mischief, everyone ultimately felt fully satisfied. The word paramarte means as it is, or actually. In other words, they really appreciated it. It was just such a cute, attractive, adorable person, this Nimai. Whatever he does is nice. Kotuke kahite asena mishra stane shuni mishra tarje garje sadamba vachane. People came to complain to Jagannath Mishra for amusement, but he became upset and angrily replied. In other words, they would just wanted to talk about Nimai, but actually they liked it, what was happening. The word sadhamba means with pride or egotistically. Niravadi evyabara karaye sabare bala mate gangasnana nadeya karivare. This boy behaves like this every day. He doesn't allow anyone to peacefully take bath in the Ganges. The word vyabhara is a corruption of the word vyavahara, which means behavior. Ejhanda jnana tara shastikari bhare sabi raki leha keha rakite na pare. I'm going to punish him right now. Although they all tried to pacify Jagannath Mishra, they were unable. The second half of this verse means to protect. In other words, no one can stop me even if they try. Ooh! So he was really upset. Krodakari yakana chalila mishra vara chanila goranga sarva bhutera ishvara. Gauranga, the Lord of all living entities, could understand that Jagannath Mishra was searching for him in an angry mood. So the word Sarvabhutera Ishvara refers to the super soul of all living entities. And we will end here because this is like a suspenseful thing. What's going to happen to Nimai? And tomorrow we'll find out what happens to Nimai. So we read up to text 90. And tomorrow we'll start with 91. And now we will stop sharing and allow you to ask questions, because that's our normal sequence here. So we stop sharing and unmute you. And you can either type in the chat window or you can raise your hand if you have a question about the class today. Okay, who wants to ask a question? Anybody have a question? I'm not going to tell you what happens with poor Nimai. Not poor Nimai, he's God. He's definitely not poor. It's not the Ridra Narayan. So, who has a question? Raise your hand or type in the chat window. Whatever you feel comfortable doing, please do. Okay, no one has a question. Huh. Okay, maybe we can end early then. So going once, going twice. Huh. Interesting. I know I unmuted everybody. Yeah, I unmuted. Okay, Krishna Priya, you have a question? You unmute yourself.
Can't, I can't seem to remember like whose diary all these, who gave all these pastimes, revealed them.
Murari Gupta.
Okay, that's what I thought. He was the one that saw them all.
Yeah, so you can buy Murari Gupta's Kadacha's diary. It's available on Kindle.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, I've read it. It's a very beautiful book. So it's like a first-hand account of what he witnessed.
And he was the doctor, Ayurvedic
Yeah,
doctor.
he's a doctor. He was a he's considered an incarnation of Hanuman, Murari
Oh,
Gupta.
and then I had one other question. Whose translation are you reading from?
This is from Banu Maharaj.
Okay, it's very
Wait,
sweet.
is it from Banu Maharaj? No, it's I think it's Sarvabhauma's. Sorry, it's Sarvabhauma's translation, not Banu Maharaj.
It's very nice.
Sarvabhavana, Sarvabhavana. Yeah, Sarvabhavana. He's a Bengali devotee, an old Bengali devotee. Very nice Bengali devotee. I've met him. So he translated into English along
Thank
with
you.
Sarvabhavana.
And
That's
it
right.
has Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's commentaries into the time you've read.
Yeah. They're there in the text. He translated the commentaries as well as the translation of the text.
Thank you.
Okay, with that in mind, I think we'll end now. So going once, going twice, going three times.
Um, Hare Krishna
Radhika?
Maharaj, if there's enough time, I have a question.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada.
My
Um,
blessing.
I was wondering, so you had recently uploaded it, just or one of your devotees had uploaded a bunch of just your narrations to various types of books, and I was wondering, just because they are higher level books, um, should we listen to those, or like what are the qualifications for like listening to those?
Qualifications is you have two ears, or at least one ear. I have an internet connection, a reasonable internet connection, and a uh, free subscription to SoundCloud. This is the qualification. And some sort of computer or mobile phone or something like that. I think you could listen to them because I don't know, they're beautiful books. I mean, don't speculate on them, but just hearing the sound vibration of those amazing pastimes purifies the heart. I mean, these are the words of pure devotees. Whether we're talking about Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur or Kavi Karnapur, these are all books by pure devotees. Rupa Goswami. So, yeah, just get a membership in SoundCloud. It's free. And then you can just listen to or download any of those books. I put them out for everybody. So there's no prerequisite. I've given everyone the Adhikar. I've blessed everyone with the Adhikar to hear those things. Yeah, I mean, some of them are, but none of them are racy or anything like that. I mean, it's not like Gita Govinda, which I'm not going to do, as far as I know, or mm, or books by Bilvamangal Thakur. You know, I'm not going to get into reading those books or Ujjwala Nilamani. These are actually, you know, playful pastimes of Krishna. And not only playful pastimes of Krishna, but playful pastimes of Krishna's devotees. And right now we haven't finished the Gopal Champu, although we've actually uploaded most of the Gopal Champu. And the Gopal Champu, the Uttara section, deals primarily with Krishna's pastimes out of Vrindavan. And the Purva section, which is the whole Purva section, has been uploaded. But the Uttara section, I am on. I just did actually chapter 25 today. So I'm going to try to do one chapter a day. But I mean, you have plenty of time to catch up to me. I'll
Yeah.
stay, everybody. Yeah, you have. So you have the right. You don't need any special permission.
Okay. Okay. That sounds good. Thank
Yeah,
you,
they're
Maharaj.
nectarian pastimes. I mean, they're. It's like nectar devotion has very a lot of these pastimes between Radha and Krishna. You know, the activities of Radha and Krishna. So they're not any more intimate than what's being described in the nectar of devotion.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so don't
Yeah.
worry. And
Okay.
some of them actually bring out more details in the Bhagavatam stories, like the Ananda Vrindavan Champu actually brings out. I don't want to use the word fleshing out, but anyway, brings out or expands on some of the details of and Gopal Champu too. Uh, of the Bhagavatam stories from the 10th canto.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so you may want to start with Ananda Vrindavan Champu. That's the first one I did was the Ananda Vrindavan Champu, and so that's really. I mean, they're all wonderful, and they all can be understood by anyone who is a Hare Krishna devotee and accepts the worship of Radha and Krishna as supreme, and understands that Krishna is the original supreme personality of Godhead. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. But you do
Okay.
have to have a computer, and you do, or a mobile phone, and you do have to have internet access.
Okay, Maharaj. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Haribol. So that's a nice question. Thank you very much. All glories to His divine grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila